Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
What's up, America and everybody else around the world? You're back. Yes, you are. You're back for another episode of the Tiddy and Shiner Show. This is Season 1, Episode 6, I believe. And I am your host with the most, Big Tiddy.
And I would be the redneck Hugh Hefner. Everybody calls me Shiner.
And we're here to deliver you some unfortunate news from Southern California.
Torrance, what?
Yeah, Torrance. You know, the funny part about it is I've been to Torrance before. There's a lot of stuff in California. Torrance is not one of the places I would just rather go. To be honest with you, my favorite place in California is Tarzana. You know why?
Is it?
Yeah, Norman's Rare Guitars is there in Tarzana. That is my Disney World. That's my Disneyland. That's my
the promised land.
Oh, it's the Avian Porn Awards and the Oscars and everything rolled up into one for me. It's that place. Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But isn't Torrance? I think that's South LA.
I don't know. We took a bus, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, it's South. Oh, we got totally sidetracked here. Yeah, let's go ahead and deliver that unfortunate news.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is like shitty too on the show. That's all right. From California, 2 nuns, N-U-N-S, nuns, sisters of the habit, but
Catholic nuns,
man, stole over $500,000 over 10 years and gambled it, like went gambling.
Nuns. I mean, nuns. Don't they take a vow of poverty?
Yeah, except for when they go to the casino. I mean, you know, the casino's bad. It's like smoking cigarettes and stuff. It's a vice. So, you know, maybe they're going to the casino for our sins.
Gambling's a sin, isn't it? I mean,
I don't know if it truly counts. It depends on what religion you. You know, I think the Mormons consider it a sin.
I guarantee you the Mormons do.
But yeah, but Mountain Dew's a sin too. So there you go.
I doubt. I mean, you know, Catholic churches have bingo night stuff, so I don't think they're not using $500,000.
$500K, man.
$500,000.
And that's what they can account for right now.
Yeah, they said there could be cash involved in this, and they have no idea how much. 2 of them, the principal and I think it was a teacher, wasn't it?
Both of them were teachers. I think one was up in the administration. You know, and hell, the other one could have been her secretary. Who knows? The only thing I know is the fatherhood are tapping little boys, and the motherhood are tapping bank accounts.
There's a whole lot of tapping going on.
Yeah, but they're both
Church.
tapping something. So, in the grand scheme of things, tapping the money is not near as bad as tapping the little boys.
No, well, maybe that's why, because I originally heard this story, the diocese announced that they weren't going to pursue charges. So maybe that's why they're not.
Oh, Jesus. They bury the little boys' stories, and now they're burying the money stories. That's
right. Well, they did. They have come out since then and said that they probably are going to.
Well, it's a good thing they don't live in Rogers County then.
Oh, man. Rogers County's out of control. Okay, so for you guys listening, Tiddy and I know a young lady. She needs a pseudonym. Let's call her Hot Lips. That's a good one for her.
Okay, yeah, Hot Lips.
Hot Lips, that'll work for her. Very fitting. So this young lady she has 2 sons, and she was married to a guy that was deployed overseas. Long story short, Rogers County is crazy, man. Long story short, her youngest missed some time at school because he was having some issues with his dad being deployed. Okay, right? I think right there, just at that point of the story, we give this a pass. But Rogers County didn't see it.
Look, I've had issues being deployed, so I can imagine what kids feel.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, kids, man, that young. I mean, we're talking this kid's like first grade age, maybe even I can't remember what grade. Anyway, he's having problems. So she has trying to talk him off the ledge, you know, on a pretty consistent basis. He goes to school late. She finds out through the grapevine she's got a truancy charge. This was 2 years ago too. This has sat around for 2 years.
So late equals you didn't come to school.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So the courts make her get an attorney. All right, so that's a pretty healthy sum of money. She goes to court yesterday. Here's what happens in Rogers County, which, by the way, you asked me who the judge was. I don't know the name of the judge, but I do know it's a new female judge. So I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea who it is. I do not want to live in Rogers County.
They pretty much coerce Hot Lips into taking a plea agreement, and she gets a misdemeanor conviction. She gets sentenced to 90 days of probation. She gets sentenced to fees and fines, and what was on top of that? Community service hours. So, I mean, when you look at this mom got punished, took a misdemeanor conviction because her son was having issues because his dad was fucking deployed fighting a war. So that's how our court systems are operating right now. They punished this mother because her son was having issues. What kind of fucking sense does that make?
About as much sense as some of the other shit that I've heard that happens in Rogers County.
Well, my dad made a good point one day. He said at some juncture, fucking common sense was completely taken out of the judicial system. The stuff that's going on now, I mean, it doesn't even make any sense to anybody.
No. As a matter of fact, if we're getting on the judicial system, there's this thing called double jeopardy. Well, double jeopardy does not exist in this judicial system, which I'm thankful for. But 25 years ago in my house, double jeopardy was an everyday thing.
It was double jeopardy used to be a very realistic happening pretty much at least on a weekly basis in my household, sometimes daily.
Oh, I'd get my ass beat at school by one of the coaches. And
what happened when you got home?
Yeah, I'd get my freaking ass switched when I got home. And for those of you who don't know what a switch is, it is a thin, very flexible stick that might as well be flexible freaking titanium or flexible stainless steel, or you name it. It leaves a mark, and a very thick one. It looks like when they get done whipping you with it, every strike has swelled up to where it looks like the switch is underneath your skin. That's how it feels. And you're lucky if it doesn't cut you.
Yeah, man. Okay. And even though that happened, I mean, like that was pretty regular occurrence for all of us growing up. Do you ever look back and think that was child abuse? Do you think anybody was abusing you doing that?
Oh, hell no. Because I was literally getting in some shit.
Yeah. I mean, like when I got it, I deserved it.
Yeah. I hated it. Don't get me wrong. But as a father now, I deserved every bit of it. Honestly, I probably deserved more than that, to be honest. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Mom. Anyhow, we're kind of getting off track a little bit, but Rogers County, my God, this is not the first time I've ever heard something like this, and it probably won't be the last.
I mean, it's such a racket. She's got to pay for random UAs over a truancy charge. I just don't see how one relates to the.
Nor do I. It's drugs. Drugs are everything. Drugs are the devil.
Oh, your kid's late to school? You obviously got a drinking problem. I mean,
yeah.
I don't understand the comments. Well, there's not any common sense. I don't understand the line of thinking behind it.
Really don't give a fuck if your ex-husband is deployed overseas because he's certainly not fighting for me. I'm a Democrat judge. He can't say what he's doing. Only I can. And they're over there and I don't even.
And by the way,
90 days, blah, blah, blah.
The little fella that's having emotional problems that should be the real key component of this equation, we don't give two shits about him.
No.
I mean,
no, not even like, how is the little man doing after all this? Nothing. Not one bit. Oh, you want to bring him to court? He'll be doing UAs too.
Yeah, we'll get him on a U and get him in supervised probation.
So how much fees does she have to pay?
I don't know, but I know, the other alternative was to take it to a jury trial, which, paying your attorney for a jury trial is not cheap, so I hear.
No, but depending on how much she's got to pay for fines and all that mess, I think she could have won a jury trial.
Well, I do too, but she said that, you get to the point, she's like, well, financially, it's easier to take the plea bargain because a jury trial is going to be so. If that would have been interesting. Like,
yeah, for sure. Because, dude, you know, this is a misdemeanor that's on the record now.
Yeah. I want to say that if she completes everything successfully, that it'll still be on her record. But I don't know. It's not. I guess she can go through the process and get it expunged.
Well, or that could have been a part of the plea bargain in the first place.
No, it wasn't in the first place.
No, but it could have been.
Oh yeah, it could have been. But no, let's put the screws to this mother. God, Rogers County, man, that's some janky shit, man.
And of course, she had to be booked into jail, right?
No, she wasn't arrested. That's another thing. You know how this all came to? She came to find out about all this.
How?
She found it herself. Nobody contacted her and told her this has been sitting around since 2006. She found it herself, and then went and I bet she's kicking herself in the ass now. Went and added herself to the docket. Went before the judge.
Your Honor, what's the deal here?
She's not a good criminal, dude. She snitched on herself.
Yeah.
Snitched herself off. That kind of speaks to Hot Lips' character, though. She's not a trouble.
No, she's not.
Well, for the most part.
She's got to have a sense of humor to deal with all this shit, though.
Well, I've always said that chick is one of the funniest chicks I have ever known in my life. That chick is funny. But, I'll give it to her, man. Out of all this shit, kind of the shock of it wore, she's got a sense of humor about it now. In a parallel universe, I'd be wanting to burn the courthouse down.
Right.
I'd be doing something stupid.
First of all, I'd have taken it, and then
you would have done that, even though it would costed you a shit ton of more money. You would have went ahead and went to a jury trial.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't want a conviction. And what did they convict her with? What was the actual charge that they convicted her?
I guess it's truancy. I guess that's a real fucking deal now. When did that become punishable? Like, I knew kids when I was growing up, you didn't see them for fucking months in school.
No.
Shit, I forgot some of them were even in my fucking grade. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll never forget that family. That family's name was the Sarah. That was like, I guarantee that could have been an FX series. They lived in this rickety freaking house off of the road that sat back about 100 yards, and it just looked scary as shit, like it was about to fall down. And then, it did, dude. And I remember like the school bus pulling up there and us being, oh God, every once in a while, there was a bunch of them. There was like 6 of those kids, and they're all dirty as shit. They look like, it looked like something, I don't know, man. That was a weird, I don't even know why this took me back to this time of my, yeah, that was a spooky group of kids. And they wouldn't, man, every day that school bus pull up and you wouldn't see those kids. You wouldn't see them. And for some reason, once every 2 months, all 6 of them would get on the school bus.
Yeah,
like,
see, yours had actual kids in it. The house, the no-go house in my neighborhood, oh my. That
was it empty?
Yeah, no. There was an old lady that lived in it. And all she would do when she came outside, if we were walking to school or walking home from school, is just bitch. Get out of my yard, you little sons of bitches.
But were you guys fucking with her?
No. No, hell no. I got my ass whooped enough.
You remember her name? Or did you ever know her name?
Her name is Wilma.
So you did know her name, Wilma?
Yeah, I can't remember her last name, but her name was Wilma, and she knew my mom, so if I did something, it would have got back to my parents.
But now we're back to double jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing like, that walk home, every time I got spanked at school,
yeah.
That walk home was like walking the Green Mile, dude. Walking the mile, walking the mile, walking the Green Mile.
In my neighborhood, like all the adults that lived in our neighborhood had standing orders that if they caught me and or my brother, to go ahead and whip our ass and send us home.
Yeah.
That's the same deal. That bike ride or that walk home, dang, man, you're going to catch it again when you got in the door.
Yep. Every time.
Oh, man. Nobody gave a rat's ass that you'd already been punished for. Didn't care. Didn't matter.
No. And come to find out, every neighbor that we had, if y'all listen to podcasts, listen up. Y'all were a bunch of fucking snitches.